Today, I have in a really cool watch from a brand that just came on my radar, Maven watches. One of their watches in particular stood out to me. That is the MUS Plus. It is a field watch that shares a similar case design to some pretty famous vintage field watches, vintage and some modern ones too. The dial, on the other hand, though, isn't your typical field watch dial. Now, in full disclosure, this was given to the channel by Maven Watches and does not have to be returned, but they have no say when it comes to the content of today's video. So let's get to it and check out the watch. All right. Now, yeah, these have a similar case design you'd see on watches like CWC and a watch I used to own personally, the General Purpose Mechanical from Marathon. It's similar, but not exactly the same. The watch is available in a total of four colors. There's a tan, a blue, a green, and the black, which was my favorite of the bunch. The green is up there too, though, especially with the fact that it has a color matched date wheel. Price for these is sub 400 USD, and there's actually a pretty good discount happening on the site right now on these two. The dial is not a typical field watch dial, more modern than the usual field watch dials. Still good quality when it comes to legibility with it being such a clean dial layout. Only print work other than the markers is the company logo up at the 12 o'clock. The date over at the 3 is a little on the small side, but it works well here because it matches up pretty closely to the size of the markers. I like that they gave the minute track a bit of color with that gold accent. The loom is not so great. It's the biggest negative with the watch. We're missing loom on the markers. There's white markers at the 3, 6, 9, and 12 that could have and probably should have been loomed. If they ever do a version 2.0, that's one thing I'd definitely like to see an improvement on. The case is fully bead blasted. There is an engraving on the side. I'd prefer maybe no engraving, but it blends in and isn't very noticeable at all unless the light hits it just right. The screw down case back has the logo and some specs on the watch engraved, but it's a faint engraving similar to the side of the case. Under the hood is the Miyota 80-15, so that's a 21 joule movement beating at 21,600 vibrations per hour with a power reserve of approximately 42 hours. The crown is a push-pull crown. It's thin, but still easy to grip. Wouldn't call the winding action quite silky smooth here, but if you've ever had a watch with this movement, it's what you'd expect. The strap is pretty good. It's a leather strap with bead blasted hardware matching the case. Quick release spring bars here, and it's quite comfy straight out of the box. I've been actually wearing this on quite a few different strap options, and it's a watch that goes really good on just about anything. Size on the watch comes in at a case width of 37.9 millimeters. The lug to lug is 47.4 millimeters. Lug opening is 20 millimeters, and the thickness is 13.5 millimeters, including the air treated sapphire, which, by the way, gives some really cool distortion at the edge of the dial. Water resistance on the watch is 200 meters. And here it is on my 7.25-inch wrist, and I love this case style, especially how it curves up and meets the crystal. Too bad about the loom, but otherwise it is a solid watch. Cost for these come in at 385 USD and are currently on sale for 327.25 for their spring sale. Link to where you can find these will be below. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to stop by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.